What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from Unsleeved Media, and I'm still recovering from that sick burn the professor laid on me about a main event at a Grand Prix, a limited Grand Prix, by the way, a Grand Prix that was taking place the week after a brand new set released, sold out. And I thought I would share how this hilarious thing unfolded and all the hilarity that followed at Grand Prix New Jersey. If Magic is doing so well, you know, some interesting news happened. So, of course, the Grand Prix sold out, and his fans, of course, screen capping my original recommendation that comment that Magic paper copy will die. It will. There's really no arguing that Wizards of the Coast absolutely wants to shift paper Magic players over to Magic Arena. This is irrefutable. This is undeniable. This is smart. This is just good business. Them supporting local game stores as some sort of charity is not good business. Now, that isn't to say that I don't think they should, because it is the core of this game, the local game store. But apparently people are forgetting that. Now, one random Grand Prix selling out one random main event really doesn't mean anything to people that understand data, but, you know, he is an English professor, not a mathematics or statistics professor, so I'm going to give him a break here. Let me explain to you how reality really works, Brian. Channel Fireball themselves have publicly stated that Grand Prix attendance is down multiple percents year over year, somewhere near 8 to 10% last year. Their data, publicly shared, supports what I've said. Your anecdotal evidence of one random event, one random limited event, when the hype is at absolute peak, offering no information on how many entries were actually in the main event, selling out, is what you call bullshit. It is a spurious anecdotal situation. And by the way, for the members of this Grand Prix, the people that attended, I'm happy for you. People think I want Magic to die. Of course I don't. It probably never will. It will always exist in some form. There'll always be people out there still playing Chandelar. But for a game that is doing extraordinarily well, this is what the top 8 at Grand Prix New Jersey looked like. I'm not kidding you. Now, this is a far cry from Wizards of the Coast's everyone will know, walking with this magical Wizards of the Coast trophy, and this is what it actually looked like. Looks like Wizards is sinking a ton of money into their Grand Prix scene. Hey, Brian? Now, what you're doing, artificially hyping these events, isn't doing the game any good. If people want to save paper Magic, they should let Wizards of the Coast know that this official announcement is an absolute joke. In fact, really what they were talking about here is esports. They want the events to look like this. They want paper Magic to die. Channel Fireball has admitted publicly that they're not making any money on these events, which to me is hard to believe, but it is what they've said. Wizards of the Coast wants everyone to play Magic Arena. Obviously. The top 8 at Grand Prix New Jersey looked like this. By the way, he didn't even get a trophy. Over the weekend, Magic Fest New Jersey happened, but sadly there was no video coverage for the event, and fans online expressed disappointment for the event's lack of coverage after someone shared a photo of the Grand Prix's top 8 draft pod. No coverage, no feature match area. Pretty sad. Part of the reason people enjoy competitive Magic is their grand presentation that recognizes the top players. When players are doing well, they're expected to be seated in a special area, get special coverage, and a trophy. When Magic entering esports industry with a big $5 million way this year, fans are expecting to see some coverage. According to Grand Prix New Jersey 2019 winner Max Williams, he didn't even receive a trophy for winning the high-level tournament. They usually give out a trophy for the champion of Magic Grand Prix, so I don't know why Max didn't receive one. Congrats anyway. Fans have tweeted about their complaints on Twitter, and I agree that if you want paper Magic to survive, if you want paper Magic to continue to get support, you need to let Wizards of the Coast know, okay? You need to let Magic Pro Tour know. You need to let Channel Fireball know, because what's going to happen is anything that you don't pay attention to, right, eventually dies. They're not paying any attention to it. Less and less people are going to go. And what we're going to have is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Nobody's going. We're not making any money. All of a sudden, you're going to have fewer and fewer Magic Fest events. You're going to have fewer and fewer tournaments. You're going to have fewer people showing up at FNM because people go to FNM to prepare Friday Night Magic, to prepare for a lot of these tournaments. You're going to have fewer RPTQs, PPTQs. We're seeing all this happen already. But I'm just, the Alex Jones of Magic the Gathering for pointing it out. Well, people would prefer to sit with their head in the sand. I continue to point out the reality is that Channel Fireball has bungled the Grand Prix scene after getting exclusive rights to it, doing nothing to really improve the experience for the player other than bringing in cosplayers, which Magic players don't give two ripping shits about, okay? They have absolutely bungled this, increased cost to vendors who want to attend this. I know many vendors that are absolutely done attending Grand Prix Las Vegas because the costs don't justify the means. All right. Most local game store owners are not good business people. They are fans of the game. All right. The same thing is true of places like Channel Fireball and Wizards of the Coast. Look at this. I mean, is GP coverage completely dead now, even for text? Sideboard.com is 404. Can't find any tweets about Grand Prix New Jersey standings. Todd Anderson. Hilariously, the announcement was just a tweet reply to a random guy asking why there was no coverage for Grand Prix New Jersey. And by the way, coverage doesn't have to be this over-the-top thing. You could have a couple of dudes sitting at a desk like we see Star City Games do time and time again, just covering the event that way. The idea that it needs to be super-duper expensive is absurd. What you're doing here is an absolute disservice to the hardcore paper Magic fans. But Wizards of the Coast doesn't want paper Magic to last. This is, I mean, if you disagree with me, I'd love to see literally any evidence of it. They just put out their Timmy edition, their Ultra Premium Super Mythic edition, $250 box of Magic cards. That isn't even available in local game stores. If it does end up at local game stores, it will be because they didn't even sell out on eBay. Winner gets an hour in the ball pit. That's a reference to DashCon. Pretty rough. I mean, Jesus, Wizards, you've been organizing these over a decade. This is what happens over a decade. Pretty sad. Pretty sad end for competitive play. And imagine defeating a field of thousands of other players to end in the top 8, only to have just a few people standing around the table. No fanfare, no nothing. Just another day at the office for the top 8. It's pretty depressing. I mean, this is the real Magic the Gathering. This isn't what paid shills tell you about Magic doing so great. Remember, an event can sell out, but if there's only 2 people, you limit attendance to 2 people. Are we really going to be happy about that? Pay attention to what's going on in Magic the Gathering paper. Pay attention to what Wizards of the Coast is doing with their product by moving a lot of these exclusive products to eBay only so that local game stores can't get that precious exclusive contract or exclusive money. Remember, when local game stores signed up to be a part of the WPN program, which is basically essentially giving you the right to sell Magic product and to host events, there always was exclusive products that came through that were high margin. In a way, a thank you for hosting these Friday Night Magics. Most Magic the Gathering local game stores don't make any money hosting Friday Night Magic. They charge a few bucks for entry fee, and very few people spend any money at the store. They're buying cards online these days now. It's very difficult for a local game store to compete. That's why you see more and more of them catering Commander players and casuals. There's no point to hosting these highly competitive events because these dudes and these people don't spend money at their stores. Okay, that's the reality of it. So you're going to have fewer of these people showing up in the stores. You're going to have fewer stores supporting the competitive player and fewer people attending Grand Prix. And you're going to get events like this. Wizards of the Coast should absolutely be ashamed of themselves for the way that this event went out. It's absolutely absurd that the winner of a Grand Prix can't get a $25 trophy. I mean, come on, Wizards. This is disgusting. But don't take my word for it. Look at the pictures online. Look at even some of the most hardened shills. They're pointing it out too. And I think since I'm blocked by Wizards of the Coast, I suppose I can't let them know other than making this video. But if you are concerned about the future of Paper Magic, I think you should let Wizards of the Coast know. Not that they'll listen, but I think that's about all we can do as consumers at this point. And local game stores, for as many of you that hate me for whatever reason, I'm still out here trying to protect you, do the best I can. And you would do well to join in the fight to protect this game rather than sitting in your private Facebook groups gossiping about people. You know who you are.